I have questions to ask you.
Okay.
In the very first 3 lines of your second song titled
Fellow Ghanaians.
Yes, you were taking shots at Nigeria.
Yeah. Okay, so
I was
this
like,
one.
Stray Bullets, what did they do?
Oh no!
Like
I'm Nigerian, so I can't make stray bullets.
Okay.
I can't be.
You sent
dishing
them
out.
home. You sent the bullets home.
No. I wasn't taking shots in Nigeria. I just, kind of just expressing how I felt about the state of hip hop in Nigeria. It has nothing to do with, anybody taking stray bullets. I just feel like,
What is the state of hip hop in Nigeria? I mean,
it's
tell
not
us.
great.
What is the reason? Like, is it that people don't really enjoy rap music?
I mean, it's not like Ghana, we are not, but I feel like Ghanaians are more, we lean more towards hip hop than Nigerians do. Yeah.
How long has this song been out?
It's been about not up to a year. Almost a year now, roughly.
Okay. I'm asking because you know that in the past couple of months, there's just been this conversation back and forth on rap.
Conversation, there's been rap beef.
Nigeria.
I was going to say,
In Nigeria.
will send the same thing
Did it
at Jamo's
happen?
funeral.
Yeah. Did it happen, when the whole conversation started last year, or
There was
it
a conversation
after?
last year?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean...
That was what Ladipo responded to, recently.
Oh, I see. I to be honest,
He was just doing music.
Yeah, I was just doing music. I mean, I was a bit more focused on... Remember when we had the protest thing happening at, around the...
37 in the military.
Exactly, yeah. And for me, that was what triggered, that was what inspired this, because we had a protest one day, and then they were like, oh, we have to keep this thing going. All of a sudden, we just went back to sleep. I'm like, guys, it doesn't take one day of protest to make change. I was confused. And there was a whole 1 month of protest. I think it was supposed to be the entirety of December. They said, oh, every day we'll show up. I said, oh, Charlie, make we do it.
We showed up in a different way. It was lit at Garage, it was lit at... it was lit at Laura. Yeah, it was lit all of those places. Yeah, that's how we protest. I mean, but anyways, this excites me because I also want to ask you about, in doing the song, I mean, you're based in Ghana, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it's more to resonate to a Ghanaian audience, but still calling on what's happening back home in Nigeria. But I just want to just go back on a little history. Is it that hip hop music that we all listened to back in the day, coming from Biggie, Tupac, and Dems, didn't really hit home hard in Nigeria as much as it did here in Ghana or in other African countries?
Oh,
in your generation time of growing up.
Right. Oh, me, I'm young, so
so in your time of rap music, the artists that were very relevant.
So it's not like it didn't hit home. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nigerians do love hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
But some time back, there was an initiative taken. A lot of people don't know about this. But some time back, there was an initiative taken to streamline the music, right? The music that's consumed within the country, and make it as indigenous as possible.
Okay.
So the whole movement that happened recently with Blacko, I believe Samini was part of it, where I think it was 80-20 or something like that.
Play Ghana.
Yeah. Something similar happened.
That started with Kiss, right?
Sorry?
It started with Kiss FM.
Thank you. Yeah. It happened long time ago. Something similar. Something similar was done back in the day in Nigeria, And because of that initiative, it kind of forced people not to have any choice anymore than to listen to. And over time, the kids growing up, all they knew or all they heard was Nigerian music. It's not like I didn't know about the Tupacs and stuff. I would see it on shirts. I would see it on TV sometimes. I'll see 1 or 2 people rapping. But majority of the time, on the radios, on TV, who I'm seeing is the Two-Face, FaZe, P-Square, D'banj, Timaya. And so those became the idols for the kids. Okay. So I saw no difference between Timaya and Lil Wayne.
Right.
You understand? I saw them as like
superstars.
Yeah, because that's what I was fed.
Yeah.
So when you do that, over time it pays off. And I feel like that's what's paying off right now.
You are the first person really clarifying this.
Breaking it down,
Yeah, and it makes perfect sense. I think from other different quarters, I've tried to understand it, but it's been quite difficult. But you just simplified it for me, so thanks for it very much.
Anytime.
Back to your music now.
Thanks for it very much.
Yeah, take it easy. It's the Oreos. It's not me, it's the
Please
Oreos.
don't do that.
I was asking about, you see,
you ask it.
You rapped and then you sang
Yes,
2 different songs. Which one? Where do you find yourself, doing most?
I'm an artist. I make music. If I feel the inspiration to rap, I rap. If I feel the inspiration, hey, you see, the anointing is coming.
Holy.
If I feel the inspiration to even like speak, poetry wise and stuff, like I just make music. That's it, and Afrocentric music. So I don't consider myself a rapper. I don't consider myself a singer. I just consider myself an artist.
Your inspirations are like a mixed bag.
Yes, sir.
Where would you say your head is when it comes to your hip hop inspiration?
Because head?
Yeah. Because you say Nigeria is not doing as much hip hop as you would like. The inspirations growing up were not hip hop, but Ghana has been pushing hip hop for quite a while as well. So you being in both spaces, when you pick up the mic and that artist decides to rap, where are you tapping into?
I'm tapping into myself most of the time, but in terms of what my musical influences were growing up, first of all, aside from the fact that I'm Nigerian, I spent more than half my life here, right? And the hip hop space in Ghana is very active, So I grew up, I listened to Sarkodie for sure. I listened to a lot of Ace Hood. Ace Hood is like my favorite artist. Wow. I listen to a lot of you guys will know him. Oh, you definitely will. Pusha T. Yeah, Pusha T was my guy.
They know him.
Yeah, you don't know who he is. Oh man.
Lenny knows everything. She's just goofy.
But Pusha T is one of my biggest inspirations rap wise. So to answer your question, these are like some of the guys that inspired me in terms of hip hop. But musically speaking, in general, it's people like Bob Marley, people like Fela. I still listen to Fela to this day. Pretty much. I mean, the list is long, Charlie.
You mentioned a few times, how you spent most of your time in Ghana.
Yeah.
Can we understand what brought you to Ghana in the first place?
Right. So my mom came here. This was like 2009. She came here for work, and I was like, 11, 12? So pretty much don't have a choice. Where mom goes, you go. So I just, tagged along with my sisters as well. My dad, he stays in the States, so I wasn't with him custody-wise. So I've been here. I went to high school here, and all I've ever known
is when they're giving your passport.
As far as I can remember.
Yeah.
In making Afrocentric music, in which space, being... Are you Ghanaian? Well, you spent most of your life in Ghana. I'm only asking to say that where do you see, your brand
Ghanaian,
and your...
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian, or Gajerian, like Jacinta will say.
That's funny.
Where do you see your brand and your music thriving more? Okay, also because you've been in both spaces and you identify with both spaces.
Yeah,
countries.
I'm glad you asked this question. So for me, I don't see Nigerians, I don't see Ghanaians, I don't see Ivorians. I see the world. I see whoever relates to my music, you vibe with me. That's it. All I see are people who support and enjoy my music. If they're in Ghana, so be it. If they're in Canada, so be it. If they are in Seychelles, some island somewhere, so be it. I just see people who like my content and who like good African music.
Okay.
I don't really try to lean more towards one side or the other. It just depends on where the inspiration is taking me. Okay. I might do a French song one of these days. You never know. So,
global domination.
For an artist, like your type, a good come up artist. I like you're relaxed, and I like that. So there's no rush to the game. You work, build your audience, and be organic with them. The love will find, and that brings you to what your fans say about your music. When you put your music out, what are they saying?
They're really just enjoying it. I mean, they connect to me on a very, very personal level. They don't connect to me as like, oh, this guy is a good Afrobeat artist or good rapper. It's more of like, yo, I feel what Ray Cooper is saying. I feel where he's coming from. I feel like my fans are my family, my friends. So my origins have nothing to do with, so they just kind of just know that my story is my story, and if they connect with it, great.
Just so you know, please, when the blow up comes, you are still Ghanaian. I just want to put that yes.
He said, yeah.
You forget
That
Ghana
makes you
card.
Ghanaian.
When the blower comes, we've had the likes of Pato Ranking who left
shout out
us.
to Pato
We had
Ranking.
Mr. Easy
Pato Ranking left?
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean Pato is in and out.
Settled.
In and out.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But of course,
I
we still
feel it.
identify him as a Nigerian artist.
Right,
even though he
right.
lived a lot of his life in Ghana. So we're only throwing it to you that when you blow up, the songs go super viral. You are still Ghanaian. You moved here 11. That makes you
Automatically Ghanaian. Eh?
I hear you.
You mentioned global domination, right?
Yes.
In your quest to globally dominate, how do you push your music?
Really?
I understand when you say that your fans.
The words she's using are very encouraging. Like when you want to globally dominate, how do you push it?
I like how she speaks.
Yeah, we all do actually.
Thank
I like
you.
your language.
Yeah.
Thank you.
lovely.
Thank you very
Global
much.
domination of pushing.
To penetrate the market.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Exactly, literally to penetrate the market. How are you making the conscious effort to promote your music and to make sure that you are in all of these places that you want your music to be in?
Right. So it's beyond just me. It's
Okay.
bigger than myself.
Okay.
It's my team. My manager. Of course, I mentioned like my fans and my listeners as well. My family. My family are probably like my biggest fans. They do a lot for me in terms of trying to like put me in position, like in strategic position, like helping me, connecting me with people, networking. I don't like to go out, but I have to. But aside from that, even when I'm not out, I'm always getting calls like, "Oh, Charlie, this is happening here, this is happening there." Trying to get me on the right platforms. And yeah, it's pretty much just it. It's just the people I have around me. That's all I can say. Like the effort is beyond me. I can only do so much. Yeah.
Okay.
Ray Cooper has been our guest this morning. Ray, before we go, any final words to the fans, to the followers, to the people watching?
Oh, I mean, vote right. Vote right. Yeah, that's just it.
And before we let you off again, so the songs you performed, are they off an album, selected songs?
No, they're
random?
both singles.
Okay, singles.
No Time for Love is quite an old one, but it's a personal favorite.
Okay.
I really like that one. And then Fellow Ghanaians is my most recent, release. It's available on all platforms, obviously, and yeah, that's just it, pretty much.
All right, so it's Ray with an E. Ray Cooper has been a guest on Culture Daily this morning.